Thank you, everybody. Welcome. The piece we'll be presenting to you today is a selection from our upcoming production of A Need Fulfilled. It's the story of the black nurses of World War II. Throughout World War II, millions of soldiers were called from all over the world, but only just over 500 black women were selected and able to serve as nurses, tending to black soldiers and enemy POWs during the war. The performance you're about to see is a piece of a much larger piece that we'll be producing in February. Art cannot exist in a vacuum. Art requires an audience. Art requires people who care, people who have a story to hear, as well as a story to tell and to share with others. So I'd like to thank you all for coming here and participating in live theater tonight. So I'd like to set the stage, if I might, just briefly. This piece takes place during the crossing of the Atlantic in support of the troops taking the shores of Normandy on D-Day 1944. These soldiers that you're about to see have been below decks for days and days on a rocking boat. It's hot, it's unpleasant, it's loud, it's smelly, it's awful. So I'd like you to think about that as you enjoy this piece. Thank you very much. The smoking lamp is lit! The smoking lamp is lit!
Oh God, I've never been this sick before. Can't they stop the ship for just a minute?
Della, you heard what the captain said. There are U-boats, wolf packs out there just waiting to slam a torpedo up our collective black behinds. If we lose this convoy, you can call on Granny Grant if you want, but ain't nowhere to sell out. We at sea, little sister. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. Plus, I hit shots as partial to that donk meat.
Oh God, Jesus in heaven.
Leave her alone. She's scared enough as it is. Tell the truth, we're all scared.
I ain't scared. I'm exactly where I want to be. I just can't breathe below decks. It reminds me of that morgue where we used to have to practice our injections. Used to make us use dead babies. I remember that. The white nurses, they had practice dummies in their schools, but we had to practice on the dead. Being in that morgue always creeped me out. Girl, let me tell you about creeped out. One day I was practicing my injections on this pretty baby boy, thinking it was such a shame that he had died. I hated using him like a pincushion. So I went in for my first shot, and I couldn't find the vein. So when I went in for a second try, the baby woke up and started wailing its eyes out.
Oh, no, girl, you lying. I would have had a heart attack.
My hand to God, I almost soiled my uniform. Oh, Della, you gonna make it? Girl. I see you ladies couldn't sleep either, huh? It's too hot to sleep. Besides, I'm too excited. I finally get to go somewhere and prove what I can do. To be among the first of my kind to serve as a nurse. To serve my country. Are you sure this is your country? Because last time I checked, Uncle Sam wasn't too sure how he felt about us children of Aunt Hagar. How can you say that? This is our country too. W.E.B. Du Bois said that we had to be of double consciousness. Perhaps a double-cross consciousness. The Negro must always prove himself worthy of citizenship. This is our big chance to show them that we're true Americans.
Prove, Geraldine? Prove? We have proven our worthiness over and over, time and time again. There's nothing left to prove. The Harlem Hellfighters, the Buffalo Soldiers, and the charge up Kettle Hill. You want to know the truth? Teddy Roosevelt arrived at the top of San Juan and Kettle Hill after the black Buffalo Soldiers did most of the fighting. Jesse Owens, Joe Louis, proven over and over and still no change.
Listen, y'all need to bring it down a little bit. You need to mind your business, Marion. This is between me and Phyllis.
I mean, it's not that serious.
You too damn nosy. So, like again, I said, It's none of your business, so step away.
You know what? I guarantee you I can make it my business. I'll kick your ass quicker than a Mississippi mule.
Ain't nothing to the bear but his curly hair.
Oh, you think I'm bluffing?
Oh, it's about to be asses and elbows up in here. I'm taking odds.
3-1, Marion does Joe Louis on Geraldine in the first round. Come on, ladies, place your bets.
Attention! By order of General Benjamin O. Davis, no Negro troops will engage in any activity that brings shame or dishonor to the United States military, which includes gambling. First, Lieutenant Burns. And certainly prohibits fighting except anywhere on the battlefield. First Lieutenant Ridgely. Am I understood?
Ma'am, yes, ma'am.
At ease, ladies. I don't think I have to remind you of everything that we've suffered and endured to wear these nurses' uniforms, do I?
No, ma'am. You don't have to remind us. Geraldine, I'm sorry I blew my top. I was out of line.
I can't believe us acting like a couple handkerchief head zigaboos.
Oh, God. I think I'm dying.
Oh dear. It looks like our Della has a first-class case of seasickness. Prudence, get her some water. I want to give her some Dramamine.
Right here.
Pills make me sick.
Della, these pills will make you feel better. Now swallow them down.
Oh, girl, if you do not stop being a baby and take your medicine before I snatch a knot in your behind,
Well, we know who was absent for the lecture on bedside manner.
I know how to take care of my patients, okay? Anyway, speaking of lectures, somebody promised to tell us about the Colonial Marines.
Yes, Prudence. I did say that. And I try to always keep my promises. We talked about Charles Ball. And I heard what Geraldine said before all the brouhaha started. But I have to say, I agree with Phyllis. We Negroes have proven our worth many times. But if I have anything to say about it, we'll continue to prove our worthiness. Now, the Colonial Marines were a particularly interesting group of men. They gained a reputation of an efficient fighting force. You must understand that the British had an advantage over the Americans because they offered the opportunity of freedom. Over 4,000 slaves were freed when they opted to join the British, but also bring their families.
That is some powerful motivation.
You best believe it, especially since Mr. Charlie's favorite thing to do as slave owner was separate families. I'd have loved to be there to see their faces when the men they owned as slaves came back to battle against them.
The Colonial Marines were a fierce fighting force. And remember, a British ship was considered British soil. So, when they joined the British forces, they were freed from the reach of their former slave masters.
So, where did they go after the war?
Oh, you know what? I know something about this part. Some of them moved to Trinidad as farmers, became farmers, called themselves the Americans.
That's correct, Geraldine. Well, my, Della. Are you feeling better?
Maybe. I'm not sure. But I'll think I'll stand. Maybe that'll make me feel better.
I don't know. She still looked a little green to me.
I would have loved to see them in battle.
By all accounts, they were ferocious, never giving an inch of ground in battle.
Just like the 369th. They would not be moved.
Oh, I love that. I shall not be moved. I
that. It might make me feel better.
Just like a tree.